This week on a special live episode of Goofing Off,
Caleb plays a game based on his favorite movie.
Drew takes a look at his favorite visual novel.
Drew and I take on Team Rocket and our fourth gym.
All of this and more on Goofing Off. Hello and welcome to this special episode of Goofing Off live from Colby Hall. I'm Kyle Glockner.
And I'm Matt Reed. We finally made it, Kyle, the home stretch.
Oh, I know, Matt. It has been a long journey to the end, but we finally made it. So what was one of your favorite things from the semester?
You know, Kyle, I think I'm going to have to go with the 25-hour live stream. I got to hang out with my friends, watch my former and current producers suffer, and there was that classic Denny's run. What about you, Kyle?
Suffer though we may have, I think it was also the 25-hour live stream. Being that it was the fourth one, it was still just as fun as first, the Denny's run, and Colin beating King Boo at that last minute was probably the best moment of my life. Ever. Won't get better from there. Well, that's enough reminiscing for now. Let's kick things off with Colin talking about Death Stranding.
Hey fellas, this is Colin and you're watching Magic Strawberry. It's almost impossible to talk about Death Stranding without discussing the events leading up to its development, so here goes. Back in 2015, Konami parted ways with Metal Gear Solid creator Hideo Kojima shortly before the release of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. The highly publicized divorce resulted in Kojima's name being removed from all copies of the game, and the details as to how this all came about still remain murky. Whether it was because of budgetary concerns or Konami's restructuring that saw them refocus their resources elsewhere, no one really knows why Kojima split with Konami. Nevertheless, the departure resulted in Metal Gear Solid 5 being largely unfinished upon release, and the canceling of PT, a new installment of the Silent Hill series that Kojima was developing alongside filmmaker Guillermo del Toro. Hideo Kojima forged ahead and reformed his own development company as an independent studio, and began development on Death Stranding, which saw him collaborate with Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro for a second time. Now that Kojima was practically his own boss, the shackles were off, and he was finally allowed to work in the uncompromising manner he would have only dreamed of. And following a few years of cryptic marketing and a largely secretive development process, Death Stranding was finally released this November. But is it good? And more importantly, is it fun to play? Well, first off, the game is set in a post-apocalyptic America whose lands have been ravaged by the Death Stranding, which set off a series of explosions called voidouts, which are caused by these things called BTs, that consume the dead, which is why corpses are now mandated to be cremated to avoid said voidouts. The BTs in question are essentially dead spirits stuck in purgatory, and in this struggle they now roam the earth, entrapping living beings, consuming the dead, and produce a type of rain called timefall, a corrosive substance that ages and deteriorates everything it touches. These circumstances cause humanity to renounce their surface living ways, and now all remaining American cities now reside in underground bunkers. These bunkers still need resources to operate, however, and only the brave traverse these treacherous lands to deliver materials. This is where the protagonist, Sam Porter Bridges, comes in, a delivery man who can carry up to 190 kilos on his back and has the ability to detect BTs because of a special substance in his blood called Dooms. This makes him the perfect man for the job, and after much prodding, he is tasked to reconnect America to the chiral network so that it can still operate as a country during these distraught and trying times, and to also rescue his sister who is supposedly trapped on a beach on the west coast. In order to convince these various bunkers and cities to connect to the chiral network, you first have to deliver materials to them, and that's the game. You walk across America and you make deliveries. In all fairness, there's a little more to it. For every delivery, you must decide how much cargo you want to bring, including ladders and ropes that could help you traverse difficult obstacles. However, this will make the load you're carrying that much heavier, and the heavier the cargo, the more difficult it will be to walk, as you'll often be prompted to lean on one side or the other in order to maintain proper balance. And obviously, this will deplete your stamina, which can be regained thanks to Monster Energy. This is made especially difficult when you're trapped in timefall, which not only makes surfaces slippier, but the rain will also ruin your packages if you're stuck in it for too long. And you can either struggle through the rain or wait it out in a nearby shelter. But where there's timefall, there is also BTs. Luckily, they can't see you, and thanks to this baby strapped to your chest, you can see them and plan your route accordingly to avoid being sucked into a giant puddle of tar. The game explains how this all works, I promise. The other enemies you have to look out for are these people called mules, and these are people who are literally addicted to cargo and will chase you in a blood rage to get their fix of cargo. Don't ask. The game isn't all bad. The mocap performances are perhaps the best I've ever seen in a game, considering there's tons of familiar faces, and at no point does the animation ever cross the uncanny valley. The environments that you traverse, however monotonous, are breathtaking and beautifully rendered. And lastly, the story is pure Kojima bliss. Almost nothing makes sense, even after long expositional cutscenes. Things still make no sense, but what we have come to expect from Kojima is his heavy-handed symbolism because, let's face it, subtlety isn't really a strong suit. The game itself really is just a giant metaphor. Kojima himself described it as the first strand-type game in which we connect the strands between each other, we build bridges, we work together, and we reconnect America. Like I said, it's not subtle. Literally everything in this game is a metaphor, especially your mechanics in which you can lay down infrastructure that other players can use. Basically, once you connect a region to the chiral network, you can scan the area and use every bridge, rope, ladders, and vehicles that other players have left behind in order to traverse the area in an easier fashion. Even the names, however literal they may be, are metaphors. Kojima's galaxy brain really outdid itself. With that said, the majority of the game is a slog to get through. Ironically, in a game about connecting people and things, there's no connective tissue to blend all the polish in an entertaining way. Every mission is the same. You deliver materials to a bunker, the person who runs the territory evaluates the condition of the package, then you pick up another package, you walk to another city or bunker, drop off the package, get an evaluation, and repeat. I'd like to say there's more mission variety, but there literally isn't. This is what you'll be doing for most of the game. Around hour 30, the delivery and walking mechanics gets extremely old, and finishing the game becomes a chore. And in my case, when I thought I had finished the game, I still had roughly 5 more hours to go, and at times it felt like the game genuinely would never end. The only people I would recommend this game to are people who are already predisposed to liking Death Stranding because of Hideo Kojima. And in a way, I also was predisposed, but I can't stress enough that this game is not for everybody, because Kojima caters to a very specific demographic. There's plenty to like and admire about Death Stranding, but in my case, it just isn't fun to play. I give Death Stranding a 5 out of 10. Thanks for watching Magic Strawberry. Feel free to hit the like button down below, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Twitter at ZTV Goofing Off. See ya.
Okay, Kyle, here we go.
All right.
First one's coming up.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get out there. Woo! We're gonna own this show. Are you ready?
Yeah!
And break!
If you like what you see here on Goofing Off, be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 300 Seconds of Science.
Welcome.
Hey there, Scienteers.
And welcome to 30 Seconds of Science.
Hey science lovers!
Welcome back to another 300 Seconds of Science.
Hi science lovers!
What is up, fellow wanderers?
Watch 300 Seconds of Science on 45-1 and follow their social media accounts at ZTV 300 Seconds of Science.
Now go out, enjoy life, and stay curious.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another 30 Seconds of Science. I'm Nicole Maxheimer, and did you know that butterflies don't taste with their tongues? Butterflies taste food by standing on top of it. Their taste receptors are on their feet, unlike humans who have most on their tongue. Now you know, so go out, enjoy life, and stay curious.
You're watching ZTV.
Hey, Kyle, with you and I hosting, and then you and Caleb playing Ratatouille up next, we've got half the After Hours crew here for the Goof Live show.
You're right. Well, while we're all here, why don't we just take the Goof Live show and make it the cold open for the After Hours Live show?
So, an hour-long cold open?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Oh, haha, wait, scratch that. Caleb's at the door with the gun.
Well, there's always next semester, I guess. Anyway, here's Caleb Plays, the movie.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Caleb Plays the Movie. And honestly guys, this is the moment that my entire ZTV career has been leading up to. I'm playing the game based on one of my favorite movies, maybe my favorite movie, Ratatouille. Going into demo mode.
We're going demo mode.
Oh man.
Oh wow. There he is, dude.
I literally cannot stress to the viewers how excited I am to play this game. This is truly a momentous feat
Caleb,
for me.
I know what Kyle Glockner, who has not introduced myself yet, but as of now have.
I was going to introduce you. Okay.
I'll tell you what I'm excited for. The item that came with the Ratatouille game.
Ah, yes.
A voucher for the movie Ratatouille, which is, upon further investigation, a banknote.
Yeah, you can literally endorse this.
I can endorse
ticket admission
that admits one child to see Disney Pixar's Ratatouille.
We still got some time. It only expires August 29th, 2007. Let's begin, guys. I cannot wait. I've been thinking about this all day. So far, this has been the first movie game where they haven't used like footage from the movie yet.
What are you talking about? This is exactly as I remember it in 2007.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is
Wow.
perfect. There he is, Remy.
Oh. You're clean, pal. Move it along.
We're about to rob this old lady's house, like in the movie. That came out in 2007, directed by Brad Bird.
What?
I can see almost entirely the entire sphere of his eye when he has it wide open. Oh.
We're going.
Yeah.
Do you have a health bar?
I better not. Remy never dies.
Remy is immortal.
Hold Z to sprint. Okay, I will.
We are speed. Whoa! You missed one. You're going too fast. Oh no!
He is lightning fast. This is smooth though. I cannot tell.
No, yeah, like
I cannot tell a lie.
Well,
this is awesome.
Well, boys.
Well, boys.
Right as we were like, yeah, this game's really smooth. It's working really well. We clipped through the bed.
Scent vision mode.
Guys, we're entering scent vision mode.
Scent vision mode.
Activate. You know, I think Persona 5 actually copied the Thieves Vision from the Smell Vision mode from Ratatouille, the video game, the can.
Whoa. It's a jump rope.
Oh, Remy's just. Oh. What? Oh no!
No!
Remy!
Wait, no! Wait.
Remy.
He doesn't do that.
No, Remy would never die. I am literally shaking and crying. What?
Oh!
Is this? This is Death Stranding. You have to balance.
Wait, Colin. This is pretty good though. you gotta give
Ratatouille, a Hideo Kojima game. This is the first strand. I will now use my considerable girth to balance. Wait, this is Hideo Kojima. We're using Metal Gear Stealth. Hold on.
Emil absolutely vibing right now.
Learn how to defend. Let me show you how to defend your.
Who are you?
That chicken's dead. That child is dead.
Oh no! Wait, I don't like this.
What's this game rated? All right. Well, he attacked first.
Oh man, guys, this is perfect. This is amazing.
Why was any video game made after 2006? Caleb, I'm going to look up what other games released when Ratatouille released. So
This
first
is game of
off-
the year, guys.
All right, 2007 in video gaming. Let's see what we had here. Resident Evil 4 released a month before this game. Pokemon Battle Revolution.
I just want to. Oh, that's the part. She got the gun.
What? Oh no!
Oh, I got the book.
Is this in... Oh, whoa!
Grandma with the stick. He will never be surfing.
Whoa! This is... How did he jump to immediately being in a sitting position once again? How?
Remy.
Remy is an Olympic athlete. 2 months after Ratatouille released for the Wii, one Persona 3 released for the PS2 on August 14th. Honestly,
never heard
played
of it.
Persona 3. I feel like I'm watching it be played right now on the Wii. Shortly after, like BioShock, never heard of that. Metroid Prime 3,
who cares?
Home Stink Home.
Guys, it still gets me. Home stink home? Come on. Uh-oh. Stinky.
Whoa. Look, dude, he's your spirit. He, you can summon him to help you cook. This is just Persona 3. Or rather, Persona 3 is just Ratatouille.
Oh.
The Ratapult.
Guys, it's perfect.
Okay.
Oh! That was epic. Okay.
Soupy assistance.
We're at the restaurant.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Paris. Wow. The City of Lights. Just saying. Oh, he's fell in the soup. Colette.
Oh, I thought Remy just died. I thought he was just out of the pot, blood splatter, roll the credits.
Well, his death scene was sad. Like that little death animation they have.
Oh, that was not okay.
I don't enjoy that.
He was in a pot of boiling soup.
Wait.
How's he? What?
Hey, rats have a higher boiling temperature than other mammals.
Cauliflower. And now the carrots.
He just smacks it.
Oh, the cauliflower. Onion.
Is this supposed to be hard? Or is this just supposed to be teaching kids how to cook?
Hey, you just climb up on the counter, get a spoon, and just
go. Just like you did to those baby chicks. Use a bomb. It's gonna explode in my hands.
That's a Molotov. What? He's Remy going fishing.
Soup. Oh no! I don't want to see it. No!
Oh no! Oh, Remy.
No!
The big mouth Ratatouille,
No.
as we once knew him, is gone.
Oh, a cat! A cat's coming. Oh no! A cat will kill me. I feel like a cat will.
I want to see the animation of the. Break down!
Kyle, what are you doing?
Break down!
Kyle, please stop.
Break down!
Fine, whatever.
Break
1,
down!
2, 3. Let's go!
If you like what you see here on Goofing Off, be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter.
Hello, science lovers, and welcome back to another 30 Seconds of Science. I'm Nicole Maxheimer, and with winter right around the corner, we've been experiencing changing trees. Shedding leaves helps trees to conserve water and energy. As winter approaches, hormones in the trees trigger the process of the leaves falling. Maybe that's one reason why so many of us fall in love with fall. Well, that was 30 Seconds of Science, and now you know. So go out, enjoy life, and stay curious.
You're watching ZTV.
All right, Kyle, you always got the bits for Drew's visual novel segment. What you got this time?
Well, Matt, I'm sorry to say that at the time of writing this, I barely played Zero Escape. I've got nothing, bud.
Well, what do we do?
Well, Zero, escape. We have to escape.
But how?
Yes. Begin the visual novel review.
Hey everyone, Drew Brown here. As you can see, I've managed to garner up the courage to finally leave my loft apartment and come outside to review something besides a visual novel. So I'm gonna formally change the name of my segment to Drew's Architecture Reviews. As you can see, I'm standing outside of this beautiful historical building and I figured I'd take the time to look at it, as I've graduated from visual novels. It's kind of weird that I'm all alone, but it's okay. What is this? Is this gas? Oh man. Oh. Where am I? What? I thought I was reviewing historical buildings in broad daylight, which is kind of weird because in the last episode we established that the world is now in perpetual night due to the incident. Wait a minute. This is my loft apartment. I thought I'd sold this to a different young, handsome, and oh-so-dateable visual novel reviewer. What's going on here?
Hello, Drew. Do you know why I've brought you here today?
Based on how I'm in my loft apartment, there's got to be some sort of visual novel you want me to review. You know, instead of kidnapping me, you could have just tweeted me on Twitter like I literally say, tweet me at CTV Goofing Up with the hashtag visual novel at the end of every video.
Quiet. Yes. I brought you here because there's one visual novel you forgot. One essential visual novel that you didn't directly talk about, despite hinting at it in like every episode.
Wait, you can't mean...
Yes. If you want to leave your loft apartment, you have to review the Zero Escape series.
Well, everyone, you heard the scary voice. Let's review the Zero Escape franchise. When people think of the Killing Game visual novel, people usually think of Danganronpa. But there are a select few, the chosen, who think of Zero Escape. The franchise kind of has the same premise as Danganronpa, despite coming out a year earlier. 9 people are kidnapped and forced to play a killing game. That's basically the whole premise without spoiling anything. So let's move on to the games themselves. Starting with the first title all the way back in 2009, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, or 999 for short. You play as Junpei, who wakes up inside of what seems to be a cabin on a ship. That's all well and good. However, the port window bursts open and water starts flowing into the cabin. It's here that the game immediately throws you into the escape part of Zero Escape, which is pretty much the only source of gameplay, which to be fair is honestly better than most visual novels. Basically, you're usually trapped in a room and there's an elaborate puzzle setup that you must solve to escape. There are exceptions, but I found that most of the escape segments are really fun. They're so simple, but they're so engaging and satisfying to solve that I think they're a solid part of the game. Another thing I really enjoyed about 999 is its focus on real-world theories and some real-world science fiction novels and how it blends them flawlessly. It talks about things like Ice 9 from the classic novel Cat's Cradle to things like the Titanic conspiracy theories and even concepts like Robert Sheldrake's morphogenetic field theory. If you want to know what that is, play the game or Google it. It's things like this that give Zero Escape, and especially 999, a narrative feel and general aesthetic like nothing I've ever seen. This game sent me on many Google search rabbit holes looking at weird conspiracy theories and scientific concepts I've never seen before. 999 is a great cast of characters as well. Junpei, June, and Clover are the ones that stick out in my mind for this one. All the characters feel like real people, and once you near the end of the story, you can really look back at the development that they've gotten. Unlike the other Killing Game franchise, every character gets their time in the story, and none of them feel as though they've been left out. That is one of Zero Escape's greatest strengths that make it stand out. 999 was released on ye olde Nintendo DS, iOS, Vita, PS4, and Windows. It's a great game and I recommend it highly. Well, that's all for the Zero Escape franchise. If you want me to do anything, tweet me at
No, I said the whole franchise.
Alright.
here's Virtue's last reward. Virtue's Last Reward, or VLR for short, is the second game in the Zero Escape series. The same premise for the first game exists, except this round you have a little rabbit character named 03, and a brand new psychological concept to base the killing game on. In VLR, after a certain amount of time, the 9 new characters are all required to play a game based on the prisoner's dilemma. Basically, they have to choose to betray or to ally their fellow people. If they don't get the optimal results, their bracelet they wake up wearing can reach 0 and they'll, well, die. If they can get enough points to reach the number 9 on their wrists, they are allowed to leave the bunker they're stuck in. However, they have to leave the others behind. The puzzles in this game are still strong as ever, and now they're in full 3D. Even the characters are in 3D, and they're strong as ever as well. Phi, Luna, and Kay are some of my favorite characters in the Zero Escape series. VLR also has so many great moments that hit you harder than in 999, and it's for this reason that many people say VLR is the best of the series. However, as much as I love VLR, the setting isn't as interesting as the one in 999, and I do think the overall story of 999 was more interesting. But that doesn't mean that VLR isn't interesting, it's still very gripping. This one is on everything 999 was on, but it jumps from the DS to the 3DS, as it was released in 2012. Moving on to the final game in the Zero Escape trilogy, Zero Time Dilemma. This game is kind of interesting because while the story is all really cool and I like the characters and everything, they try to make things a little more cinematic. It just doesn't work very well. A lot of the animations and voice acting really bog this game down and prevent it from being truly great. I don't think it's a bad game necessarily, it's just like everything else is still top-notch Zero Escape material. It's just this.
Do you hear something?
Over there.
Gab!
Where did you come from?
Regardless of all that, I still had a lot of fun with Zero Time Dilemma, and despite its flaws, it's a very good game. And it puts a good ending on the Zero Escape franchise. I think that the Zero Escape series is my favorite visual novel series, period. It has such a unique story and all the characters are top-notch. Every game makes the rules of the killing game a little different, but keeps the core concept the same. Something that I think that the game everyone compares it to, Danganronpa, kinda lacks. Zero Escape is a great game to play once you've had a couple visual novels under your belt, and if you've played any of the games I've talked about this semester, you're ready to play Zero Escape. You can get all these games on the PS4, PC, and PS Vita. The first 2 in the series are actually bundled in the Nonary Games bundle, which are enhanced ports, and they're both all on one disc. All you have to do is find a copy of Zero Time Dilemma. Alright, I reviewed the Zero Escape series, which I greatly enjoy and think everyone should play. Can I go home now?
Drew, the door was unlocked the entire time. I truly brought you here to show you your real home, this beautiful loft apartment overlooking the city.
Wait, maybe you're right, suspicious kidnapper. That isn't at all a reference to the material I'm covering. Reviewing visual novels might be my calling. This loft apartment might be my home. He's gone. This was truly an eye-opening experience. If you have any visual novels for me to review, tweet me at ZTV Goofing Off with the hashtag visual noveling. Until next time, I'm Drew Brown, and this has been Drew's Visual Novel.
Why? Why'd you run all the way to Polsky, Matt?
I thought we had to escape.
It was just the bit you could just ran over there.
Well, while we catch our breath, here's a quick break.
If you like what you see here on Goofing Off, be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter.
Hey, you piece of
Akron After Hours is a show on ZTV. It is a sketch comedy show that makes people laugh. Ha ha ha. It is a fun, light-hearted time, and everyone on the show loves it. Just look at the producer. He loves every second of being on Akron After Hours. Be sure to keep up to date on all of the laughs this semester.
Why do chickens sometimes lay eggs with no chicken inside at all? Excellent question. What's up, everybody? My name is Kyle Reynolds, and this is 30 Seconds of Science. Domesticated hens will lay eggs that are unfertilized, meaning they do not contain an embryo and are unable to hatch into a chick. Hens have been selectively bred over thousands of years to produce eggs almost daily, even if they have not been fertilized by a rooster. Now you know, so go out, enjoy life, and stay curious.
You're watching ZTV.
Well, Kyle, it's been a wild ride. We lost some, we gained some, and we put some away. And yet, here we are, at the end.
Matt, it's not the end.
What?
You're only halfway through the game, so you have to do it next semester too.
Oh. So, this is just a normal host bid?
Yeah.
Well then, let's check out Pokegoofs up next. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Pokegoofs. My name is Matt Reed, and today I'm joined by the illustrious, the legendary. This man needs almost no introduction, but I will give him one anyway. You may know him from Drew's Disc, Drew's Truckin', Drew's Cookin', Drew's Huntin'.
I have a lot of hobbies.
The one and only Drew Brown.
That's me.
How you doing today, Drew?
I'm doing all right. I'm down to Pokemon.
Down to play Pokemon?
I'm ready. I think I've been training all this semester for Pokemon.
Well, let's get started, shall we? I think we have some fighting to do today.
Do we?
And some more fighting.
Kyle gave us a whole big old grocery list of what to do, and I remember.
I plan on doing none of it.
I remember fighting Erica.
I'm gonna go into the woods and grind for an hour.
Matt Reed, do you remember the episode of Pokemon where Erica, like, the whole gym catches on fire?
No, I remember the Sabrina one sticks out to me more.
You don't remember the Erica one? That's the one where James goes in, he's like, "This Pokemon smells like a skunk." And then Jesse's like, "James, you silly Billy." And Meowth's like, "Meow, that's white." And then that's what he does.
Oh. He's colorblind. He can't see.
Yeah, he's like,
I can't see colors.
White. Meow, that's yellow. Nope. Nope. He's a cat.
Dude, that's Clark Tristan, dude. Oh.
Yeah.
He is out.
Onezo Dunzo.
Whose move is Sacred Fire?
Burn him. Burn him.
That's one
Sandstorm
pixel.
gets him. Sandstorm gets him.
Does it?
Yep, Sandstorm gets him. Boom.
Oof. Imagine getting burned to a crisp and being like, "I'm good," and then dying from sand.
Yes! Oh, Mitchell learns a new move.
Wow. Belly drum. Whoa, he's gonna learn belly. What's belly drum do?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
User maximizes attack stat at the cost of half its full HP. I wouldn't.
Oh, that's a big no for me, sir.
Yeah, no.
That's a big old no.
Don't learn
Sorry,
belly
Mitchell,
drum.
you're not drumming on the belly.
Drumming on the belly.
No drumming for you. Oh, he defeated the clerk, though. Guy works at the front desk. Hey!
Whoa.
No, big
Push
mistake.
it.
Oh, well.
Oh, the stairs have appeared. I remember this.
Whoa! What is that load screen?
That looked interesting.
Can I fight random Pokemon in here? Oh, I'm glad I did that because I did that on accident.
That's good. Water is effective.
He dead. He's dead.
I mean, when they made Sudowoodo, they're like, all right, draw a tree. Rock type. Let me check my phone. I read. Someone text me. Oh, guys, Donald Brown said there's 2 Big Macs in the fridge. Woo! Good night.
Stealing your car.
Gonna. Oh my.
I hope you know I'm putting all this in the actual thing.
Dude.
Okay. Love you guys. Keep going.
Yeah, how does he pick up things? This is. Never mind, Mary. This Pokemon's not great.
Bro, he just killed us. He just killed us. Oh.
No, he didn't.
I thought Silver One. I forgot Silver One was bug. No, wait. Isn't. I don't know.
You're good, man. You're good.
I'm scared. I'm just scared for Mitchell all the time. All right, he's precious to me.
Me too. Kyogre! Kyogre!
Kyogre's the water one, right?
Kyogre's the big whale. Break out the grass type.
Well, it's time for Murphy to do his thing.
Murphy up
do
against
your
the
thing.
big boy. This one, Matt.
No, Murphy is the GOAT right now.
Whoa. No, he's not.
Murphy and
Funny
Mitchell
dragon.
back to back. What?
He's a funny dragon, dude.
Dude, oh. You're right. He's definitely not a GOAT.
He's not a GOAT.
But he is one of the greatest of all time.
Mary, what does GOAT stand for?
Greatest of all time.
Whoa. but it's also a funny animal. Put one on the screen right now. Put a goat on the screen. Thank you. Take him off the screen.
No, it's not gonna kill him. No,
3.
no,
Can we get a fourth? Can we get a fourth?
No,
Yes, we can get a fourth.
I thought it only hit 3 times. 1 to 3.
Hit 4 times. We did it.
Stantler dead.
Stantler's man, you
Stantler
just punched a
gone.
deer to death.
That's okay. Murphy's not afraid. Skip Loom.
I have a bad feeling Dean's about to leave.
Dean, no! Dean!
Dean,
come
always-
out,
Dean
come out here and
always
say
leaves when I'm
hello
out
to
here.
the Dean. I demand you come out here and say hello to the camera.
I can't do it, says this guy.
Well, it's okay because I can. When will Dean join us?
Guess never.
Is that him?
He's emerged after
it's him.
5 requests. He will be here. Whoa, we're playing Pokemon. I don't know.
I learned about it on a game show tonight.
You learned about it on a game show?
Yeah.
Guys, this is Dean.
How's it going, everybody?
He's epic.
Yeah, I'm really good at losing on ZT Rivia.
You're winning at life, though.
Well, that's true. Someone has to.
All right, Dean, you have anything you want to say to the viewer?
No, not really, man.
All right, cool.
Well, you heard it here first.
3.
You heard it here first,
I'll
ladies
think,
and gentlemen.
I'll think about it.
Everybody play Shenmue.
All right, well, you heard it here first on ZTV Rivia. Wait, no, you heard it first on Pokegoops.
Pokegoops, yeah.
On ZTV. Buy Shenmue 3.
Also, Ooh Goopy rules. So
Ooh
there
Goopy's
you
pretty
go.
cool. Whatever happened to
Ooh
Ooh Goopy?
Goopy is the man.
Is he still here?
I hope so.
Oh
I
no!
didn't
Wait a
see
minute.
him. You got rid of
No,
Ooh Goopy?
what?
He's like the mascot.
Did I fall asleep when that happened? Well,
possibly.
That's fine. Mitchell's pretty cool too.
Mitchell is pretty cool.
Mitchell's the boy.
All right, boys.
All right, Dean.
Best of luck.
Thanks for coming out here,
Yeah,
Dean.
it's a pleasure.
Good
Thanks for
luck,
having me.
buddy.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
See you later. See you later,
Guys, we
alligator.
don't need to have any other episodes of anything ever anymore. We've done it.
Is this where I want to go? No.
Who has the lift key? Where's the...
We're
Is it
British.
not you?
British Team Rocket. On the lift.
The Mary. That's electric. You
What
use
is her?
ground.
What hurts Marie?
Ground. Not fly. Ground. You have
Well,
ground.
I'm just gonna go ahead. I gotta
We
switch.
had a
levels.
ground move, right? I feel like we did.
No, we don't.
Oh.
No, we have a rock move. We have a ground Pokemon, which is
Sad.
you. You might have thunder.
Smart. We are.
We are college students and we are smart.
The University of Akron's prepared me for this moment. Go to the 4th floor.
Where's the 3rd floor?
It's not there. The elevator's like
Makes sense.
no 3rd floor for you.
Oh, do I need a secret key for the 4th?
Oh no. Wait, what's that? Pick it up.
Master Ball.
Shell Bell. What does that
Wait,
do?
the Shell Bell's good too, isn't it?
What does the Shell Bell do?
Does something.
What does Shell Bell do, though? Oh, okay. It gains HP.
Give
and,
to. We're gonna give it to this guy.
Stuart? Give it to Mitchell.
We're gonna give.
Nah, give it to like.
I'm gonna give it to Stuart. I don't know if striking the Pokemon means physically hitting the Pokemon, and this guy has 2 physical moves.
I think
So
it
we're
just
gonna
means if you
give.
attack it.
Well, we're gonna give Shell Bell anyway, and then we're gonna give leftovers to Mitchell.
Good idea.
It is Le Boss. He's on the couch,
He's like.
surrounded by Le Plant.
He's like
Oh, can I just sit on this? Hey, let me level with you here, man. I know you know what you're doing is wrong. So I'm going to end your entire career for it. Sorry.
Team Rocket. Man, remember when it was just about capturing Pokemon from around the world, and now it's like, we're going to end the galaxy. That's Sailor Robin, dude.
Sailor Robin.
He's got a Kabuto. He's a little rock type.
He's rock type, which means
Kyle G. I don't know about Kyle G.
Kyle G's not staying in, but he will level up.
Use something.
He's a rock water, right?
He's rock. Use like a.
He's
like
rock water, isn't he?
Maybe. I think so. Use like a grass move. You got it.
I do.
Giga Drain.
He will die. Does it die right now? and I'm gonna get healed to full. The Wonders of Wicked Rain. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Water Rock. I
think you're right. I think he's Water Rock.
I love Kabuto. I know.
He's based on that little dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Goes to
Yeah.
What are the two?
Is that all he's got? Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Mitchell! Welcome to the 30 Club, Mitchell. Welcome to the 30
What?
Club.
This can't be.
It is. Oh,
he was
so
like, here's
much
$2,900.
Utmost care. Well, I just beat you, so.
Okay,
bye. I hope we don't.
He was just
honestly.
like, boop.
Will this be the Master Ball that we're all hoping for? No.
Oh, it's the self-scope.
Oh.
You need that.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Antidote.
Oh, wait.
Use the antidote on Mitchell.
Antidote. Okay, can I just leave now?
Yeah, you can just leave. Only real ladies are allowed in here. Well, good news.
Oh.
Ranger and Primeape. He's fighting. So use ground move.
We're not sharing any pain. You're just hurting me.
What does that mean?
Please die. Please die. Yes. No more pain split. This is risky. I should have healed him before. But he's not gonna die unless explosion. Oh, that doesn't hurt me that much.
Whew. Rock Tomb. Oh, not your speed.
I'm not gonna take a chance because if Stuart dies, I'm in serious trouble.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Super
I'm just
potion.
gonna Super Potion him.
Super potion. 50 points. That's not bad. Sludge bomb.
That doesn't hurt me either. Like at all.
Poison.
Oh, man.
Man. Stuart, hang on there, buddy.
She did not have. Oh wait, I was wrong.
Oh no, she had
grass
Venusaur.
Pokemon.
Fire.
She had a grass Pokemon.
Burn him.
No, not with this guy's got no fire.
Oh, he's got no fire.
He has the ice.
Oh, he's got ice though.
He's got Luster Purge, which will also
freeze him to death.
Because he's poison and weak to me. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
That was, all things considered, because it's a randomizer, that was
pretty lucky.
One great.
You got a good team.
That was one great final Pokemon for a gym leader.
Yeah, you're right.
A grass Pokemon and a final evolved form of a
starter. Yeah.
Fan fave.
You're right. Rich Girl Leo, I'm sorry.
That was so easy.
The rainbow badge. Yeah, that one was pretty easy. This was an easy episode.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that was it. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed our Pokegoof segment this semester. Part 1. We want to add. We are going to beat all of the gyms. Pretty sure we just got our 4th badge. And that means we're halfway done. Which means it's the rest of the game from here on out. The other half, the other 4. And then the Elite 4.
Oh.
The big ones.
The big boys.
I think we're doing some streams. We might do a stream maybe in between now and then. Maybe not. Who knows? But if you want to follow us on Twitter at
CTV Goofing Off?
CTV Goofing Off?
Yeah.
Feel free. Because that's
For
where we'll...
free.
I said feel free. That's where we're going to be tweeting out if we are Twitch streaming Pokegoofs in the meantime.
Yeah.
All right, well, if you've had fun, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. At ZTV Goofing Off, and make sure to
use that little hashtag. What's your hashtag? Pokegoofs?
Hashtag Pokegoofs.
Pokegoofs. That's
you
the
can
hashtag.
you can also subscribe to us on YouTube.
That is an option.
If you so choose. Drew, thank you for joining me on the segment.
It's been an honor, honestly.
Final segment. Got to get the producer on.
You right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
See
thank you for playing the game with us, and we'll see you next semester. Kyle, what are you doing?
Matt, I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends, and you can start playing now for free using our link below.
Kyle, we do not have a sponsorship for Goof. What are you talking about?
Look, man, I just really need money for Japan. I am doing literally everything I can.
Okay, man. Well, anyway, we'll be right back after our last break.
If you like what you see here on Goofing Off, be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter.
Hello and welcome back to a new season of Lights Camera Akron. I'm Michael Macon.
And I'm Jay Goliath, and here are tonight's top stories.
Breaking news, there is a new elevator in Colby Hall, and our reporter Naquan James is there to take a look.
Thank you, Michael and Jay. I'm live here in a new elevator that was just installed in the Colby Hall.
What's up, everybody? My name is Kyle Reynolds, and this is 30 Seconds of Science. Today's episode is going to be a blast, because we're talking about volcanoes. When a volcano is active, it has the potential to erupt and send magma and giant particles of rocks flying. Volcano eruptions are responsible for creating 80% of the Earth's surface, as the cooled magma and debris forms into mountains, craters, and other landforms. Depending on where you live, you may be walking on ancient magma right now. With that in mind, remember to go out, enjoy life, and stay curious.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
You're watching ZTV.
Kyle, I'm losing my mind, man.
It's finally happening.
I'm just look at him, folks.
The final Kyle Glockner Animanga segment, as we once knew it, is up next. Hello anime and manga fans, I'm Kyle Glockner, and welcome to the final official episode of Animanga. It has been a long 3 years of reviewing anime here on Goof, and I have loved every second of it. I spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted my final anime review to be, and I couldn't see myself doing anything other than what I consider to be my favorite anime of all time. So today, I'll be talking about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Fullmetal Alchemist takes us on a journey with Edward and Alphonse Elric as they seek out the Philosopher's Stone in order to reclaim their original bodies, which they lost after trying to bring their mother back to life using alchemy. Now, for a quick clarification, you may be aware that there are two Fullmetal Alchemist anime adaptations, one from 2003 and another from 2009. The 2003 Fullmetal adaptation started out following the manga, but started to break off about a third of the way through the series, and it wasn't very good. But then in 2009, a new Fullmetal Alchemist project was released titled Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This was a faithful adaptation of the manga and is an infinitely better series. However, there are some fun little tidbits between these two series. For one, the original 2003 anime contains episodes that adapt some chapters of the manga that weren't included in the 2009 Brotherhood adaptation. I'm not really sure why these episodes weren't included, but it's always something I found pretty interesting. Now, I know I haven't talked about it in a while, but I'd like to take a quick second to talk about the manga of Fullmetal Alchemist. As I just mentioned, Brotherhood completely followed the manga and is the most faithful adaptation of Hiromu Arakawa's work, and I can't honestly think of any significant chapters that weren't included in either Brotherhood or the 2003 series. Having read the manga, I have to say I was able to enjoy it just as much as I did watching the series. I think it's incredibly impressive when action and movement are so well portrayed through the still panels of a manga chapter, and while I will admit that my viewing of the anime may have influenced my perception of these scenes, I still think it is impressive as a standalone work. Anyway, that's enough of that, it's time to get into the actual review. The first thing that drew me into Fullmetal was the setting. The series is set in a fictional country called Amestris and is modeled like an alternate universe early 1900s era Germany, which is all well and good, but the main thing I loved about the world of Fullmetal is how the concept of alchemy is portrayed. For those unaware, alchemy was a forerunner to what we now know as chemistry and is based around the transformation of matter, creation of medicines, as well as the concept of equivalent exchange. In Fullmetal Alchemist, alchemy is nearly on the same level as magic or sorcery. The characters in Fullmetal are able to manipulate matter in all kinds of unique and creative ways, such as Roy Mustang's flame alchemy or Edward's technique of transforming some of the metal on his arm into a blade. Learning about all of the different ways characters use alchemy is one of the most exciting things about the world this series takes place in. I could say much more on the concept of alchemy, but I'll save that for my next point. Moving on to the animation, I've talked about this studio several times before, but this was my first introduction to Bones Inc., and it was an amazing first impression. As a refresher, you've probably seen their work on shows like Soul Eater, Space Dandy, Kekai Sensen, Mob Psycho 100, Bungo Stray Dogs, and My Hero Academia. I genuinely believe that Brotherhood is some of Bones' best work. While the world Fullmetal is set in is admittedly pretty standard as far as fantastical elements are concerned, Bones did an amazing job making everything look incredible. No matter what you're looking at when watching Fullmetal, it looks absolutely gorgeous and still rivals many anime of today, which is especially impressive considering that it just celebrated its 10th anniversary on April 5th of this year. Another aspect of Bones that has always impressed me is the way they handle action scenes. There are a lot of various fights in Fullmetal Alchemist, and some of them remain some of the most impressive fight scenes I have seen in anime. Between the amazing choreography of each character, to the pacing and flow of each battle, down to the various weapons and abilities used by each character, a fight scene is a feast for the eyes where not a second is wasted by Bones. Some of my favorite examples include Edward and Alphonse versus the Slicer brothers and Barry the Chopper, the all-out fight against Father and Greed after Ed and Ling escape Gluttony, Alphonse versus Pride and Kimberly, as well as the fight that precedes that one for that matter, and Wrath Assault on Central. But above all, the animation of the various styles of alchemy was what impressed me the most with this show. As I said before, there are several different types and styles of alchemy between all the different characters of this show, and they all look incredible. Some of my favorites include Mustang's Flame Alchemy, Scar's Destructive Alchemy, Envy's Transformations, and Greed's Armor, but that's not to discredit any other aspect of the animation. Now, I made a very similar point in my ReZero review, but one of my favorite things about Fullmetal is that every single character is important to the overall plot. Despite the gigantic cast of characters in Fullmetal, I can't think of a single character that gets simply written out or just kinda disappears from the plot without making a significant contribution in one way or another. But even more significant than that, our main cast is one of the most solid across any show I have ever seen. From the State Alchemist to the Homunculi and all the soldiers in between, we have some of the best examples of character development across fiction. And while that may be a bold claim, I will stand by it when I consider characters like Scar, Greed, Kimberly, Roy Mustang, Hohenheim, the Armstrong siblings, Maze Hughes, Führer King Bradley, Ling, the Chimeras, Mei Cheng, and of course our main protagonists, Edward and Alphonse Elric. And of course, the list goes on and on from there. Some of my favorite characters of all time come from Fullmetal Alchemist, and I'd like to give a special mention to many of the series' antagonists. The various opposing forces of Fullmetal Alchemist are amazing in the sense they aren't just your run-of-the-mill baddies. Regarding the homunculi in particular, while the concept of a set of antagonists representing the 7 deadly sins isn't necessarily new or unique in any way, I feel like, especially for the time the series is written, the homunculi have a unique moral ambiguity to them, in the sense that you can't really completely hate any of them in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, for the most part, they still very much remain as villains, but I see them as some of the most well-written antagonists across anime. But as for the antagonists of Fullmetal as a whole, they each have their own philosophies and ideals that they act on, and I can't think of a single one who is made up of pure malice and hate, or at least doesn't have some redeeming quality at some point in their arc. Except Shao Tucker, he is the literal worst and only deserves misery. Tying into the characters, I'd like to now talk about my absolute favorite aspect of Fullmetal, which is its plot. Of all things, a show without a solid plot has no legs to stand on. It doesn't matter how good your characters are, how interesting the setting is, how beautiful the animation looks, or anything else if you don't have a solid story to tell when you put all of these pieces together. While admittedly dragging just a bit in the very beginning, once the plot of Fullmetal gets going, it doesn't stop until the end of episode 64. With as large a cast as we have at play here, I feel like the show does an amazing job of switching between the different characters throughout the episodes, which help not only to keep the action from dragging on one point or character for too long, but help to build up various elements of the plot from different perspectives, which just added to the significance of each character as they made significant contributions to the overarching plot. As I said before when talking about the characters, there are a lot of different beliefs and ideals at conflict throughout Fullmetal, as characters learn the truth behind some of the events in their past, and overall I just really love how complete this story is. I can't think of a single loose end that isn't tied up by the end of the series, or a resolution that wasn't satisfying. But now, I'd like to take a moment to talk about my more personal connection with this show. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood was my official introduction to anime because, let's be honest, Pokemon doesn't count. I remember turning on my TV late one night and catching it on Toonami, and I was immediately hooked. I had never seen anything like it, and it started me down this deep rabbit hole that is anime and manga. Through that, I've watched and read some amazing series, gotten to go to some fantastic places, and met some of my best friends through our connections to anime. In fact, I'd be lying if I said my decision to move to Japan after graduating wasn't partially inspired by my love for anime and manga. But my absolute favorite part about all of this has been being able to talk about these shows here on Goofing Off and sharing what I love with anyone who will listen. Hardly anything made me happier than having someone on Goof tell me they're going to watch the show I just talked about. I've covered such a large variety of shows, from action, to mystery, to slice of life, to romantic comedy, to mecha, sports, horror, and just about everything else in between. Anime is such a niche medium in itself that it's uniquely able to be the umbrella that covers shows of all kinds of genres, and I can absolutely say I would not have watched half the shows I've watched if they hadn't appeared on a seasonal anime list or while I was scrolling through Crunchyroll. To say that anime and manga are part of the reason my life is where it is today would be an understatement, and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood was the spark that allowed all of this to happen. Overall, if it wasn't obvious enough, I adore Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Stripping away all bias towards this series, I genuinely believe that it is objectively one of the best anime you can treat yourself to. There are so many other little aspects of it that I couldn't possibly cover in my allotted time on Goofing Off, but go check it out for yourself and learn what made me love it just as much as I do. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood was directed by Yasuhiro Iri, written by Hiroshi Onogi, and animated by Bones Inc., while the original manga was written by Hiromu Arakawa. I truly believe this series is the best anime has to offer, so please go check it out and give it all of the love it deserves. And that was my final review on Animanga. It has been an amazing 3 years sharing my love of anime and manga to all of you, and while there are several other series I could have reviewed in the place of others, I wouldn't change a thing. And with that, I'm Kyle Glockner, and this has been Animanga.
Wait a second, Kyle. I just remembered we still have the holiday episode next Monday. That wasn't your last Animanga.
What are you talking about?
Dude, you already wrote the host bits for the holiday episode, and I saw your Animanga bit in there. Did you just, forget?
Okay, look, it sounded better to give the big farewell speech this episode rather than the online exclusive holiday episode. Just give me a break, man.
No, we're done with breaks. This is the outro.
Well, with that, the live show has concluded. But if you still want to see more Goofing Off, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube for extra content, including that holiday episode we mentioned just a moment ago. Until then, I'm Kyle Glockner.
And I'm Matt Reed.
And thank you for taking the time to goof off. You were off.
You were fast.
No, you were slow.
No, you were fast. We've done this so many times, Kyle. Kyle.
You were slow. You were slow.
Kyle.
What?
I did this perfectly.
Okay,
you did it wrong.
Let's do it again. All right, ready?
We can't do it again.
Yeah, we can. We can do. All right, ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Thank you for taking the time to goof. You were off again.
Kyle.
Whatever. A second to half a second after we're done speaking for these, just because the goof transition will really cut us off. If you're this week on a special live episode of Goofing Off. Goof! It's this week on all this and more on Goofing Off.
I got to hang out with my friends, watch my former and current producers suffer.
The Denny's. The 3 a.m. Denny's. It hit.
I didn't read the script at all, so.
Fine, I'll do it. The Josuke. Do the Josuke. That's not Josuke.
All right, Kyle. You always got the bits for Drew's visual novel segment. What you got this time?
As I pivoted off, I was like, that moved.
It has moved.
And then I was like, ah yes, the boom. Let me just meander. Oh, and then
Well then, let's check out Pokegoofs up next.
Yeah. I'm still going to Japan though. Look, man, I just need money for Japan. I'm doing everything I can.
Okay, man. Well, anyway, we'll be right back after our last break.
I am poor. This hell.
I am the poor.
Give me the money. I'll play
am the
Raid
money.
Shadow Legends for you. Just kidding, I won't. I forgot.
I didn't read this.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. Do you want to gain experience in video production, professional social media, or working with real clients? Visit the UA School of Communications online or follow us on social media to learn more. ZTV. Make media, make it